Visit Pokemon Card Market and buy Pokemon cards from base set up to latest evolution set with best prices, secured system and easy handling. Only for European players. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCGcenter, and for today's video I decided to play Raticate Break. So this deck is pretty much budget friendly with some new cards from the evolution set. So pretty much two new cards in this deck. As you can see, the first one is a Rattata with this powerful ability Fang, which says that when you play this Pokemon from your hand on your bench, you might discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. I really like the ability. It's a very nice ability. It will help in some situations for sure. On the other side, the second card is a Raticate from the evolution with the Crunch. Very nice, powerful attack in my opinion. I mean, only 10 damage, but the another part of the attack is very important. You can discard an energy attached to your opponent active Pokemon. You can discard a energy, not the basic energy, not the special energy. You can discard an energy attached to your opponent active Pokemon. So with that Crunch attack, we can easily discard special energy, for example, to power up our Shadow Bite for 60 damage times the number of special energy in our opponent discard pile. So just in case we can't attack with our Raticate Break, Super Fang, we can just easily attack, I guess, with the Crunch or Shadow Bite to finish that Pokemon. So we don't even need to have Ariados anymore in play, but of course Ariados here is for the one-hit knockout. More than that, running 2 copies or 2 line of the Spinarak Ariados evolution with the Poisonous Nest. Once during your turn, you might use this ability. Both active Pokemons are poisoned, except for the grass, of course. And 1 copy of Remoraid and Octillery for that Abyssal Hand, so I can draw cards until I have 5. And that's pretty much it. So 17 Pokemon, 37 trainer cards, 6 energies, 60 cards in total. Main focus is, of course, to set up Raticate Break as fast as you can and start to attack with your Super Fang and one-hit knock out your opponent Pokemon. So basically this is a non-EX deck, which means if you play against EX deck, you should probably be in a very, very good position, because forcing your opponent to take 1 prize where he exchanged 2 prize cards is always a nightmare, I guess. So running in addition to that, 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer will help me out to discard some special energy. Special energy is very popular these days, but of course will help me to increase the Shadow Bite. 2 copies of Level Ball and 4 copies of Piece of Puzzle. Pretty much you need to have them, because with 4 copies of Puzzle of Time, with playing 2 of them at the same time, we can pretty much grab any 2 cards from our discard pile, so it can be very, very good card. Special Charge to recycle special energies, of course. 2 copies of Super Rod. We really need to have as many Super Rods as we can, so we can easily recycle back Rattata, Raticates, Raticate Breaks, Spinarak Ariados, energies, whatever we need. 3 Trainers Mails, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, and 4 copies of VC. In addition to that, 1 Hex Maniac. Well, I guess always good to have 1 copy of Hex Maniac, 1 copy of Lysander, and I'm running actually 3 copies of N in this build. I would like to have 4, but I really want to have some other cards, so running 3 is also good. 4 Sycamores and a copy of Teammates, which is very good. Even second copy of Teammates wouldn't be that bad, but Teammates is just must-have card in this build. Of course, Wally is very important card, so I can basically have turn 1 Raticate, turn 2 pretty much Raticate Break for that Super Fang. Really like this card. 2 copies of Faded Town to counter those mega Pokemons, so pretty much even with just a single Super Fang without Ariados, I can knock out those annoying, for example, Mega Skeptiles. This is probably a pyramid, some kind of the pyramid in the background. Really like this Faded Town. And in addition to that, 2 copies of Float Stone for the free retreat on Octillery and Ariados, 6 energies, 4 of them double chorus, and 2 grass energy cards. Really like this deck. It's one of my favorite budget decks in standard format, so I'm a very big fan of the Raticate Break. It also looks just gorgeous with on this picture. If you're looking for any of these cards, and if you're from Europe, you should definitely check Pokemon Card Market, where you can actually buy cards from the late base set up to the latest Steam Siege or Evolution. But if you're from the United States, you should definitely check tcgcastle.com, and with TCGcenter 5 code, you can get 5% discount on your purchase. So keep that in mind. Alright guys, so let's do some gameplay with it. so you can see the power of Raticate Super Fang. So see you in the game. Okay, so the time for a Raticate break. I really like the deck. As you can see in the video introduction where I introduced the deck list, I say that I really like it. So today it's the time to test it. So playing probably against Darkrai Giratina, which is going to be very annoying, I guess. Very annoying. So we'll put my Rattata in the active spot. Have my Spinarak for the bench. So I'm starting first, which means that I can pretty much take the turn advantage, setting up my energies in play. So let's go with double course energy and 1 N for 6. I need a few more Rattatas on the bench. Wow. Okay, Trainer's Mail for 1 copy of Level Ball will be pretty good. So there is no sign of the Level Ball, just the Float Stone, I guess. Even grabbing that Float Stone is not the worst thing I can get, because I can attach it onto my Spinarak, and I guess I can just pass my turn. Next turn I can evolve into my Raticate, and I can V-Seeker for my N, and hope to find much better cards than this. And also hope to maybe see my opponent attaching that double dragon energy from his hand so I can enhance hammer it. This is also something that I would like to see. So 1 Darkrai, 2 Darkrays and 1 Giratina EX, okay. So I'm very familiar with the Darkrai Giratina deck. I played a lot. And definitely is one of the strongest deck in the standard format. So there is 1 copy of a Max Elixir, and it's attached on that Darkrai down to the bench. And there's 1 Fighting Fury Belt, so 1 more energy, any kind of Olympia Escape Rope switch will put that Darkrai in the active position, where he can easily knock out my Rattata. And that's the worst thing, it can happen to me. Well, there's a Float Stone, so from the beginning of this game I'm in a big disadvantage already. Yeah, that Dark Pulse is just a little bit too much. A little bit too much. So I will definitely try maybe to paralyze his Darkrai to buy a turn here with my Spinarak, if I can find Grass Energy. But more than that, I don't see anything else what I can do. I can play 2 copies of Puzzle of Time here. So I can grab Rattata and double Chorus Energy, and of course I can put my Rattata, and the question is, do I want to take the risk paralyzing my opponent and losing my Spinarak if I get Tails? I think it's not worth to do that, definitely. We'll put just a Remoraid here, and I'm going to pass my turn. Without Lysander, of course, he can't knock out my Rattata on the bench, so for quite a bit of time I'm gonna be fine. Okay, so Max Elixir and no energy, another Dark Pulse for 100, already hitting for 100 damage. My opponent takes another prize. Is it time for Super Rod? Just for a single Remoraid? Somehow I think this is not the smartest thing that I will do, but I will definitely need that Octillery, that is for sure. So I'm playing my N for 6. Okay, this is not good. There is 1 Raticate, which can actually just use that Dirty Shock, but I don't want to do that. So 1 Level Ball, and okay, not good. Definitely not good. We'll grab another Spinarak, because for now, having Spinarak in my discard pile might be a better option. Retreat. And pass. Okay, next turn this Darkrai can be knocked out. Oh, okay, first Double Dragon Energy and Trainer's Mail. Don't tell me there is a Lysandre with a Trainer's Mail, just another Max Elixir, which is fine. So, Max Elixir. I would love to see N from my opponent, to be honest. But I'm seeing just another Dark Pulse for a huge 160. That's a lot of damage. Of course, Sycamore being played for 7. There is one Ariados. There is one Enhanced Hammer. One Ultra Ball. And what next? I mean, I can Ultra Ball pretty much for that Raticate break. Okay, that sounds good. But I stuck without supporter card for next turn. I mean, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing of this story right now. And my opponent can strike for enough damage to knock out my Raticate next turn. Oh, actually he can't. Well, maybe I can somehow survive for like one more turn. There's a N and Trainer's Mail. Let me see. Darkrai can hit for 20, 40, 60, 80 with Double Dragon Energy 120. So he definitely needs to find Double Dragon Energy card so he can one-hit knock out my Raticate break. Okay, there's a Sycamore for 7. I think there is no worry for my opponent. He even managed to get that Trubbish. There's a Max Elixir. I don't see energy from his hand, so I might survive somehow this turn. Yes, looks like I will survive this turn. Still, he can find Fighting Fury Belt for that 10 damage. Nope, just a Dark Pulse for 100. Okay, another Darkrai will be knocked out. I can deal with that. I can definitely deal with that, but I still need Rattata, and I need it very badly. Come on, give me that Ultra Ball that I need. So one Ultra Ball for teammates and Super Rod, unfortunately. I need to do that. I need my Rattata. I need it on the bench. So I can knock out his Darkrai right now. One copy of a N. Okay, I like the fact having that Enhanced Hammer in my hand. So next turn, if I can find Lysandre and if my opponent puts another Double Dragon Energy in play, I think I'm gonna be fine because I can Lysandre and knock out Shim for 2 prize cards. Still, he can easily have that annoying Garbodor who can actually prevent me from playing my ability. Okay, there's a Double Dragon Energy, so I just need Lysandre. Pretty much. Ultra Ball for Garbodor, and the worst part of the story is his Giratina with a Chaos Wheel. I can't play tools or special energies, but I can use my Crunch. Okay, so it's time for Enhanced Hammer. It's time for my Raticate. How many flow? Okay, I have one Float Stone in the discard pile, I know for that. I also know that I don't want to put my Octillery, but I will put it. And with the Crunch, I can discard one more energy attached from my opponent Giratina. So I can be 100% positive that the next turn he's not going to be able to knock on my Raticate, where I can just easily have my Raticate break in play and Sycamore for 7. So he's definitely in big disadvantage at this moment. All suddenly I'm in a much better shape because he needs 2 more energies. One of them needs to be Double Dragon Energy, but even if he wants to attach the energy, I can easily Crunch. And I think that this is just going to be it. There's a 1 Pearl City and 1 more Darkness Energy. which means that I completely have control in this game. One more Raticate break, and this double course energy will go onto my Octillery. Of course, I want to go with my Sycamore for 7 because I'm searching for that Lysander. There is a Lysander in my hand, but also a Special Charge, so I can recycle back that double course energy into my deck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another Crunch. That's it. That's it. I mean, this Darkness energy is discarded. He's in a checkmate position because next turn Lysander for Shaman will give me the 120 damage, and his Shaman is knocked out. So let's just finish that so we can move to the game number 2. Oh no, there's a Lysander on my Rattata, but luckily there's a Raticate, so it was almost red alert for me, but then I saved the day with my Raticate. So retreat, Lysander, Shaman, whoop, just like that. Shadow Bite for 120, and the game is over, knocking out his Shaman for 2 prize cards, and Raticate is definitely MVP, guys. Let's move to one more game. Okay, so I'm starting first, which is always good, I guess. Going first can give me the opportunity to have my Super Fang on the turn 2. So no basic Pokemon for me in my opening hand. Okay, there's one Rattata, but more than that, pretty much tons of Raticates, Ariados, Trainer's Mail, but no supporter card. I can imagine Trainer's Mail for Professor Sycamore being totally nightmare. Nope, it's not gonna happen, so there is just a level ball. So I guess with the level ball, I can grab Spinarak, put it down to the bench, because I can have Ariados on the next turn. With the Geomancy, my opponent is not going to be able to do anything, and I'm passing my turn. So turn 2 for me will be Raticate and 1 Ariados in play, but that's just gonna be it. So not even a good start for my opponent, I guess. Let's put that Raticate here, and at least I can use my Poisonous Nest. Put that poison on his Xerneas and pass my turn. So I'm just hoping to find double course energy, and getting double course energy in play will be enough for the knockout. Okay, so there's a Ultra Ball. I'm guessing about Ultra Ball for Teammates and Raticate break, so I can grab pretty much another Rattata, put it down to the bench. And since I don't have energy cards, I can just retreat on my Rattata because I'm waiting for that knockout on the next turn. And after that I can V-Seeker into my Teammates, grab double course energy and knock out my opponent's Xerneas. Or maybe just see that end happening and maybe even losing my Rattata, but still being able to get V-Seeker for Teammates, or maybe not. This is very weird. I mean, he's taking damage counters from poison, I can't get supporter card for draw, my Remoraid is priced, so I can't even get that Octillery, so there is one Gardevoir and Professor Sycamore for 7, so he managed to get that second Pokemon in play, which is very important. And there's one Band Spoon, which says that you can prevent all effects of your opponent attacks, expect damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached. And the Trainer's Mail for Max Elixir, okay. So first Max Elixir, unfortunately no energy. There's one Gardevoir Spirit Link, second Gardevoir Spirit Link, and probably one Geomancy. There we go, one Geomancy. Okay, so it's time to set up probably another Rattata in play, maybe even Raticate. Oh, there's a N. Let's just go with one more Ultra Ball. Of course, for one Raticate, because then I can have for a treat. And in case of that, I can knock out my opponent's Xerneas, but of course I first need to get double Core's energy, which will happen. So one double Core's energy, and I'm taking retreat. I can even play Ultra Ball for my N and Enhanced Hammer and grab one more Rattata and put it down to the bench. And pretty much use my... Oh yeah, definitely. I can discard one Spirit Link, oh actually Band Spoon, and use my Super Fang. So with the Super Fang I'm putting his Xerneas to 120 damage, and from the poison he's taking 10 more damage, which is enough for the knockout. I'm top decking from the prize card Professor Sycamore, but if I get knockout I'm using definitely my teammates. So there is one Trainer's Mail for my opponent on the other side. Depending on the Gardevoir Mega type, if you play the one who can actually discard Pokemon from the bench, you can go for 110. There's another Max Elixir. So my bench is actually pretty good. I managed to set up, so I don't need to worry too much anymore. So there is another energy card, which means that he can go for 100 with the Link Blast, and one V-Seeker for one Professor Sycamore, so maybe he can even get that very important Mega Gardevoir. And with the Mega Gardevoir he can knock out my Raticate, but then I can easily respond with knocking out his... Oh, there's a Mega Gardevoir, but unfortunately the one with the Brilliant Arrow. Still not over, because Mega Turbo will be enough for 150 and for the knockout. So there's another Mega Gardevoir, and 150 damage will be applied, actually 180. Okay, but still he can take just the one prize. Comparing that for me, who can take 2 prize cards, is just absolutely devastating. So definitely a V-Seeker. I can go for V-Seeker for that teammates, where I can actually take any 2 cards from my deck. So I'm thinking about grabbing 1 copy of Double Core's Energy and 1 copy of Puzzle of Time. Okay, so there is Puzzle of Time, and there is Double Core's Energy, which means I can attach Double Core's Energy. I can use my Poisonous Nest, play 2 copies of Piece of Puzzle. At the same time will allows me to take any 2 cards, so I can take 1 Raticate Break, and more than that, I guess I can take another Teammates for the next turn. No, I need Raticate, because I need to have that Raticate Break for turn after this, when my opponent knock out my Raticate. That's the thing what I need. Okay, so Float Stone just in case. And Super Fang. Super Fang for 210 from the poison, enough for the knockout. And I'm taking a Remoraid and another Raticate. Okay, so I need definitely Raticate Break and Double Core's Energy to be even able to touch my opponent Mega Gardevoir. And of course, if I can find that, the game will be pretty much, I guess, over, because he will not have another attacker in play ready to attack next turn. So there's a Band Spoon, 1 Fairy Energy, and 1 Brilliant Arrow. 1 huge Brilliant Arrow for 120. Enough for the knockout, so I'm putting my Ariados in the active position, of course. And let's take a look at the top deck, which is just a Hex Maniac. So going with my Sycamore for 7. Okay, unfortunately, Unfortunately, I didn't take what I was looking for, and I was looking for my Raticate Break. So it's time to bring back a whole Raticate family back into my deck. One level ball for one more Rattata. One energy, yes, we can discard that tool, I guess. One energy, and more than that, I can put poison on my opponent. And I'm retreating back to my Spinarak, because I'm taking the knockout. Next turn, I can grab V-Seeker for teammates, and with the teammates, if my opponent is without Lysander to knock out my... Okay, there's a Lysander for Raticate, so he can do that. He can do that. Okay, that's a little bit risky. 3 V-Seekers. Well, thinking about first playing that Super Rod to recycle my Raticates back. Then I'm thinking about playing my teammates to grab one more Rattata and one Octillery. So with that Rattata on the bench, I can have another Raticate, and I can have that Abyssal hand for like 2 extra cards, and there is even one more Rattata. So right now I have 3 Rattatas, and of course I will retreat down to my Spinarak. It will take some time to set up my Raticate Break, but of course once I set it up, my opponent Mega Gardevoir will be knocked out, but right now I'm in very bad position, because his second Gardevoir on the bench is pretty much almost ready for attack, and there's a Mega Turbo, which will be enough for the knockout. So I need something like a Raticate, and basically I need Wally. Okay, so I need Wally, and I need... First I need Raticate and Wally. There's a Raticate, and there's a M, but of course there's also Faded Town, so both cards are good. Both cards can be used. Trainer's Mail for another Mega Turbo, so seems like he didn't have the Seeker for another Lysander. And there is another Mega Turbo, Link Blast, just for 30, which means that I will have some time to set up my Raticates. There we go. Faded Town. Do I want to play Lysander? I don't know, maybe I can. It's pretty much the same. One Poisonous Nest. And one Abyssal Hand. Okay, there is another Raticate, which is very important. And I also have double Chorus Energy featuring Raticate Break in my hand, so that's the most important thing. He can take 1 prize, but he can't take 2 prize cards. But the most important thing that he can do is to Lysander my Ariados. That would probably be the biggest play from my opponent. He decided to retreat. Luminous Blade for 120, not sure why. He didn't need to do that. So it's time for my Raticate. Raticate Break. Ultra Ball for N and Enhanced Hammer to take another Raticate Break. I have one more double Chorus Energy, so I think I have victory in my hand. So, double Chorus Energy and one Poisonous Nest, of course. More than that, Abyssal Hand will be for 5, so I'm still searching maybe for... Oh, he decided to quit. Okay, so he just realized that the game is over, and pretty much the game was over, so after this knockout on his Gardevoir, he would just stay with the Mega Gardevoir and 2 prize cards, and the game is pretty much over, so that's the GG. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoy watching this Raticate Break deck, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more future videos if you enjoy watching it. That was pretty much it. Right now, you noticed how good Raticate Break can be, especially with that new Raticate with powerful Shadow Bite and Crunch attack from the evolution, so you don't need to worry too much anymore about Giratina, because we can easily get rid with the Crunch and Enhanced Hammer of that Giratina. So have a nice day wherever you are. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.